Hi, how you doing? It is January the 31st, 2026, here in Ontario, Canada. Sky was cloud covered, but now it's blue with some different looking clouds roaming around. Um, it's still cold, but it's what's meant to be, I suppose, right? I slept well. A little bit of a hard time going to sleep, but once I fell asleep, I slept well. I've had a very quiet day. My son popped in for a minute. He went grocery shopping for himself and had to drop the stuff off, but it was only for a minute. He snapped at me when he came in because I asked him a question and I didn't hear him, so he had to answer me again. But then before he left, he said, "I apologize, Mom." He says his girlfriend was acting up in the grocery store and they accused them of stealing because she was doing something weird, right? And so he had to defend himself. My children aren't thieves, right? And I guess he told her to stop being stupid, and so she was pouting in the car. You know what I mean? So he said, "I apologize, right? I don't mean to take it out on you." I said, I get it, right? Thank you. And I realized every time he comes against me, does something like this against me, he apologizes right away. I'm not sure what's happened, but he has changed a lot, right? I'm not It's a good thing. It really is, considering he got the job, right? He's really been working on himself. So I'm proud of him. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but I'm proud of him. All right? Because as you know, I don't know how long the vaxxed are going to make it, right? It's something that's in the back of my head all the time. Because we lost so many. So many. Right? My ex-boyfriend, my mother, people I went to school with, public school with, because I didn't go to high school, right? Just people I knew, right? Just dropped like flies once they got that job. So, yeah, I know it was the job that took him out. I do. I don't care what anybody else says. I had some energy today, so I was feeling a bit bored. And then the energy came to me, so I colored my hair, I showered, I did a load of laundry, baked a loaf of bread, right? And then folded my laundry, put it away, and then I watched a video, a podcast for about 2.5 hours. This man hasn't posted for about 3 months, so I wanted to see what he said. I resonate with him. It's called Big Levi, all right? And they brought to my attention today, it was talking about the Leviathan. So I did a quick search in etymology, right? The online website takes you to the root word, where the word comes from, what it means, all the different meanings. It means serpent, and it also means dragon, right? I've been telling you it was a dragon, just like 3-1 Atlas or C1 Atlas. I also heard another guy talking about it the other day, and he said that they're afraid of a lot of the melanated people. I don't think it's just the melanated people. I think it's some that are chosen, like myself, right? That they're afraid of the Leviathan waking inside of you, right? So that's why they're keeping it cold. It's all geared towards prophecy. They're playing out their biblical prophecy. It's like a playbook that they wrote, right? So they'll make shit happens that goes in along with the prophecy. But the spiritual one is what the Great Spirit does, right? And they're similar, okay? So if you look in ancient maps, you'll see a whole bunch of sea monsters, they call it, right? Leviathan is one. Cthulhu is one. And I knew that word. I heard it months ago, and I was like, what does it mean? What does it mean? And my son told me, right? It's a mythical thing, but it's not. Um, Solan, Solaneth? Seleneth. Seleneth is another one, right? And they're all, even 3-1 Atlas, they're all linked together. They're all working together for the Great Spirit. I watched a video too where they sent some guys out to video what they call ice breaking up. But when I watched the video, you could tell, you could see, if you have eyes to see, that it was actually a giant creature busting through the ice, busting it up. Because it wasn't all the ice, it was just in one area, right? And then under the ice, the white, you see dark, like black color, right? So, not sure which one it was. But yeah, they're trying to keep them asleep, but there is no keeping them asleep anymore. It's time for them to wake up. They were immortal, you know what I mean? They couldn't off them. They had to freeze them, right? But now that the ice is melted all around the realm, that's why they've been screaming about global warming, right? Because they're afraid, right? They know what it is. They're afraid because it comes for them, right? The Great Spirit give it. They're part of us, part of Mother Earth, Sister Nature, you know? So, yeah, if you're on the right side of history, her story, you don't have anything to be worried about, right? But it looks like next week, starting tomorrow, the temperatures will go up a little bit, but it's still going to be chilly at night, like minus 22, 23, stuff like that, right? So in the daytime, we'll get a little bit of melting. It depends on the wind, though. I haven't factored in that. We'll have to wait and see. But it's all happening for a reason, right? It's all happening for a reason. Tomorrow it's the full moon, the snow moon. That's about letting go, forgiving, right? Stopping things that aren't in your highest good. So it'll be stopped for you, right? What did I write down? The full moon is at 5:09 tomorrow in the afternoon, late afternoon, all right? Was when it will be at its peak. So we'll have to wait and see what kind of energy it brings. Remember, the full moon and the new moon always brings emotion with it. An emotion in the ocean, right? So yeah. The sea creatures that they're talking about, Leviathan and all that, they're not monsters. They're highly evolved. Think about the stories in their biblical story. They said that the gods could turn into anything they wanted, right? They turned into giant fish. Zeus turned into all kinds of stuff to rape women, right? To get close to them and stuff before he showed his true self. Leviathan is this, and all these other things, Cthulhu and the other one I mentioned, they're all the same. Highly evolved beings, right? That are finally breaking free. I think it's a beautiful thing. It makes me feel, my soul feels happy about it. It does. Lots more train crashes and plane crashes around the realm too. Seems to be taking out high profile people like lawyers and politicians and luxury vacation owners, stuff like this, right? And you know what those people are doing. The one guy on one of the planes, there was what, 15 people? They crashed in Colombia. Uh, he was from, like I just mentioned, luxury vacation owner, but he brought along with him on the plane too. There was a gourmet chef and a how do you say it? A wine expert. I forgot to tell you too. Did you know that all these chef shows and stuff like that, you know what their specialty is, right? How they got famous? Cooking children, right? Because these fuckers eat us. You know? Sad, isn't it? Really is. So, yeah. Mama Nature or Mother Earth is doing her stuff, right? The Great Spirit's doing her stuff. So, yeah. Um, the astrology says between January 24th and March 9th, don't quote me on the March, but it's in March, that to stay away from big crowds and stuff like that because of the alignment that we're having with a couple of planets is going to cause a lot of anger and volatile, right? Behavior, outbursts, stuff like that. So just go do what you got to do and then go back, right? Don't be going to big parties or big concerts or anything like that. It's not the time for it. It really isn't. It depends on how safe you want to keep yourself, right? And not be what? A casualty of war, as they should say, right? It's a spiritual war, folks. It is. So, yeah, just work on yourself. Be a better people. Forgive yourself and forgive everybody else. You know? Doesn't mean you need them in your life, but you forgive them for yourself. You don't have to tell them you forgive them either. Just do it in your heart. And know the reason why I forgive them is because I know everybody's been programmed, right? You're working there, or they were sent here to work on the bad side, not the good. Some were sent to work on the good side, right? So they've done their job. There's no reason to hold it against them, right? Yeah. So I forgive them. I do. And I'm moving on, you know? So yeah, I might go out tomorrow to the store, pick up a couple of things. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Don't hold me to it. It depends on how cold it is. I've been cold for days because of this cold. But at least I'm not outside, right? I can always crank my heat up. I don't want my bills to be expensive. Another illegal thing they do. Charge us rent or heat and water. It's not supposed to. The government's supposed to supply that. Your trust does. A house, everything you need. That's what your trust was there for. So, yeah. The war in Iran still goes on, right? The people have not given up. The regime is losing, trying to make themselves look good. I put lots of propaganda out there, right? But even the Saudis have turned, or the Arabians have turned against them because of a deal Mr. T made with them, or whoever is playing them. You know what I mean? I do my best not to pay attention to this stuff because I know it's already been done. It's already been wrapped up, right? This is just the stage the play has to go on kind of thing for those that aren't awake, right? So yeah, I have no idea what the Schumann is today. It was not posted, and yesterday it wasn't posted, right? My ears were ringing when I got up in the rise. I still have that bell in my ear. It's different sounding, right? It's not there all the time. I did it last night before I went to bed and I didn't hear it. It's so weird. It is so weird. I'm not sure what to make of it. I don't know. All right. It's quiet in the hood. See lots of druggies walking back and forth, so they must be getting hooked up. All right? Oh well. I suppose that's their role that they chose to play in this life, right? In this movie. The more I think about it, the more interesting it gets sometimes. Just about the spiritual side, right? The stuff that everybody thinks it's a fairy tale or myths, right? Those are the real things. Everything that you were taught in school, that's the lie, right? Yeah. Every day, I'm stronger than before. Every day, I see the spiritual war more. Because we're winning. We've already won. And every day, I have more gratitude. I love you all as a consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye. Goodbye.